Hey, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yehah, by Shem Yahshai, by Shem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all. Can push his truth throughout the four winds in sincerity and in truth. Not really sure what I'm entitled this video, but it's basically going on into how this whole walk and everything in life is basically geared towards us. Okay? Everything, this whole movie and this thing called life that we live out is based and is set in a narrative. It's about us. Okay. This is Ephesians chapter 1. It says, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. Okay. So you see, certain people were chosen. Okay. You see and understand that this narrative and everything we go through is to better us, because we were chosen to be in a certain mind frame. We were chosen to be seen in a certain light. Okay. And through the Spirit, it's our responsibility to walk and be without blame. That's why you go through trials and errors, because after trial and error, you get what? Perfection. Okay. Only through the Spirit. Okay. This is Jeremiah 1:5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So it was already set up. Everything was already the way it was supposed to be before the world was even shaped. Before anything came forth, our roles were solidified. What we would be was already set forth. It just had to be made. The move had to be made with everything else. But the key players and the key actors in this movie is us. Okay? So those key roles, all those things were set up, and now it's coming to everyone that's seeing and understanding. We know why we went through slavery. We know why we're going through what we're going through, and we're seeing salvation shaping up the whole time now. All right, it all makes sense. All right, this is 5. It says, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. All right. So now we see that the adoption, when we are adopted back, we understand we belong there the whole time. Okay. Because that's what happens. When Yahweh Shah died, we are brought back into the fold. Okay. So, and this is his will. Because a will is something you leave for an inheritor. Okay, so we inherited something through will. His will was that we would have a kingdom. We're the chosen people. We'll be in our own land, so on and so forth. Okay, so now we see this. What do we do to obtain that will? Faith, keeping the laws, calling on the name Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, trusting him and everything. All those things show faith that we believe. We say who we are through the scriptures and through the Spirit. Okay? That's how you get the will. That's how you get the kingdom. All right? It says, Romans 9:4, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth what? Number 1, the adoption. So the Israelites, who's being made, everything's being made forth. We understand now, being adopted back to Yahweh Shai, through Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, it all fits perfectly now. These things pertain to these people. Okay? And the glory and the covenants and the giving of law and the service of the Most High and the promises. That's that will. The promise, that's the will. If you write up a will and say, I'm leaving my firstborn son my house, $2 million, my cars, that belongs to him now. Okay, he's going to inherit that. It's the same thing with us, but it's eternal salvation. Okay, it was always to us. All right. 6, it says, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved. So we're going to be accepted through his Spirit, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sin according to the riches of his grace. So through his blood, him dying, and the grace that came with all that, we're going to be redeemed. Okay. Salakia. It says, this is Luke 1:68. It says, blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, because we understand the adoption and the promises was coming to these people. It says, for he hath visited and redeemed. That's why when you go back up here to verse 6, it says, in whom we have redeemed through his blood. So it's showing you Israel is going to be redeemed through the blood of Yehah. That means brought back. That's the adoption. Okay. He adopted back his people, and hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, which would be Yahweh, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and all the hand of, from the hand of all that hate us. And we know that's all the other nations. Okay, so understanding this through the Spirit, now we know that these chosen people would catch all kinds of hell, but their will, what was left to them, their inheritance that was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, through that seed line, that will would be played out. It just coming to full circle right now. Everything is being put to the forefront, and now we're seeing who these people are. Okay, so now we understand, bro, we're the chosen people. Those people in that land are phonies. Identity theft. Okay, so now we're realizing that the whole time this story has been about us. Okay, it's about us and no one else. All right. 8, it says, wherein he hath abound toward us in all wisdom and prudence, having made known unto us the mystery of his will. His will was a mystery. Okay, because at first we didn't know who we were. We didn't know that we were Israel and we were going to have a kingdom of our own. Salakia. But we didn't know these things. So now these mysteries and these parables and deep dark sayings, we have an understanding on them now. So by us understanding, we can look back and say, well, damn, everything makes sense now. All right. So, it says, having made known the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he hath proposed in himself. This is Colossians 1:25. It says, whereof I am made a minister, okay, according to the dispensation of the Most High, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. So these chosen men that he woke up in the end, okay, it's been, all these mysteries and parables are being made manifest. That's why we understand who we are. Okay, that's why we understand who the Gentiles are. You know what I'm saying? Going into the etymology of words, we understand these things, and we understand like parables like John 3:16, when you go into world and things of that nature. It's being made manifest, and it's simple to understand because his Spirit is on us. Okay, that's why it says to his saints. It says, to whom the Most High will make known what is the riches of his glory, of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Hamashiach in you, that the hope of glory whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Hamashiach Yahushua. So that's why videos go out. That's why understanding goes out, because everybody has to know their flaws, their errors, what they're doing wrong. Okay? And by those things being pushed to the forefront, we can understand that those errors, when they're corrected, now you can be used. Okay? 10, it says that in the dispensation of the fullness of times he might gather together in one all things in Hamashiach, both which are in heaven and which are in earth, even in him, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. So the Most High had a will in all this. He had a story to play out. It works out in the end for his chosen people. Okay, this is his movie. Everybody's scripted roles and everything, it was all set up to end and work out a certain way. Okay, that we should be to the praise of his glory, who first trusted in Hamashiach, in whom ye also trusted, after that ye heard the word of truth, the gospel of your salvation, in whom also after that ye believed. Ye were sealed with that Holy Spirit of promise. That means from the beginning, before the world was even set up, Yahweh Shem Yahushua had a promise sealed and set on a certain amount of men, 144,000. Okay, they would be set up, and no man can pluck them out of the Most High's hands. They're going to do everything according as it is written, as their role in this movie. Okay, it was set up. The Spirit was going to get on them, and everything that happened to them, for what reason, it was all set up by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is Isaiah 30 and 20. And thine ear shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to your right and when ye turn to your left. Okay, and that right there is that Spirit. That Spirit is going to seal you. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing on your own. Everything is done by the Spirit. Okay, so when that Spirit of truth comes on you, it don't matter what you go through in life. If you're chosen and called by Yahweh Shem Yahushua and you're elect man, you're gonna go through it. Okay, but we were set up from the beginning to be in that situation. Okay, now, which is the earnest of our inheritance until redemption, okay, of the purchased possession, unto the praise of his glory. Okay, so this right here is being brought back. This is the adoption. This is the purchase. Okay, Yahweh's blood, it purchased us. Okay, and not only that, but that was the down payment. Okay, until the end. That's why Yahweh or the angels, nobody knows the end but the Heavenly Father. Okay, so it's going to be men that's going to be brought back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and it's going to happen through that blood, and that was the down payment. Okay, that was the point to where it was like, okay, it's done, it's finished. So by it being finished, those spirits of those men woke up. Okay, and they're seeing, wow, none of these things these people are telling us in this earth today is real. Okay, we're the chosen people. All this thing, the things we see before us, it's just illusions. You know what I'm saying? It's just an illusion. None of this is real. Okay, we're just playing out these roles. All right, we've been redeemed and brought back to understanding that nothing is real that we see. Okay, we get it. We get who Esau is. We get who we truly are. We understand that 2/3 of our people are not going to make it. Okay, we understand the chariots. You know what I'm saying? All these deep, dark sayings, we would get them because the Spirit was put on us to see it that way. All right? It says a purchased possession. That's what we are. That's why it tells us to make ourselves a living sacrifice, because we've been purchased. Okay? So you either get down or you lay down. That's how it is. The Lord will get your attention through all kinds of things because you were brought. If you weren't of this elect, if something happened to you, you know what happens? You wither away. You know what I'm saying? Well, we tried him. The Spirit tried him. He wasn't one of those ones. Okay? So, 15. It says, wherefore I also, after I heard of your faith in Yahweh, well, the Lord, Yahweh, and love unto all the saints, cease not to give thanks for you, making mention of you in my prayers. Okay, because now it's an understanding that these men are the chosen men. So you always want to pray for the elect. You want to pray for the chosen. You know what I'm saying? No, then you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be knocked out Yahweh Shem Yahshua's hands, but you always pray for them. Okay? That the Most High of our Lord, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, the Father of glory, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of him. So you praying that spirit of Yahweh Shah is on these certain men. Okay? Because once that is activated, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to follow. All of it's going to follow now. Okay? You know, it says the eyes of your understanding being enlightened. That means you're woke. You're woke now. Okay? That ye may know what is the hope of his calling. So we know all these things now. Okay? It says, and what the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. Those riches are the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of everything. Okay? And what is the exceeding greatness of his power to us upward who believe? Okay? So our understanding is going to supersede anything on this planet. That's why you're going to bring down strongholds. That's why the word is going to be on you like a two-edged sword, piercing and slicing everything that the enemies brought forth with all their false gods, so on and so forth. They're going to be sliced in half. It's not going to stand a chance. Okay? It says, who believe according to the working of his mighty power, which we wrought in Hamashiach when he raised him from the dead and set him at his own right hand in the heavenly places, far above all principality and power and might and dominion and every name that is not that's named, not only in this world but also in that which is to come. Okay? And hath put all things under his feet and gave him to be the head over all things to the church, which is his body, the fullness of him that filleth all in all. So it was all passed to Yahweh Shah to have all these things were going to be done. Okay, that's why it says this, Matthew 26 and 26. And as they were eating, Yahweh Shah took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. Okay, so that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, guess what? That's spiritual food. Okay, so when you understand that that's spiritual food, when you bring forth this word, you're feeding spirits. Okay, in truth. All right, Ezekiel 3 and 1. It says, moreover, he said, Son of man, eat that thou findest Okay. Down here. It says, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go and speak into the house of Israel. So I open my mouth, and he calls me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then I did eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. So when we first come into this knowledge, the Lord wakes us up. We understand we're the chosen people. You get super excited. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow, I got to tell somebody about this. Okay. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee into the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. So when you eat of Yahweh, his spirit is on you, and you're going to speak exactly what he wants you to speak. Okay, that's why he says speak with my words. That's when you eat the whole roll. You have Old Testament Israelites, only New Testament Israelites, but that's not eating the whole roll. Okay, so it's giving it to you here to eat the whole roll. Speak exactly what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has you say. Okay, otherwise you're half-assing. Nobody gets a book. You know what I'm saying? If you read, you can't get a book and start in the middle. No one starts in the middle, because you miss the key factors of the foundation of everything. Okay? This is Revelation chapter 10. It says, and the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. Okay. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. So when you understand, when you intake something, the first thing you're going to do is taste it. It's going to be sweet. Okay? This word is going to be sweet in the beginning, but when you digest it and you understand all the hell you're going to catch, because with wisdom comes grief. Okay? You're going to catch all kinds of hell, because now you're in the know of what's truly going on. You know you're in captivity. The illusion fades away before your eyes. You're not living in this illusion no more. You know it's all fake. You know it's all propaganda. Okay? You know none of it's real. That's why you remove yourself from this place. He that findeth his life shall lose it. He that loses his life for my name's sake shall find it. So basically, we've lost ourselves on this side. We don't seek nothing on this side as being in our favor. Okay? Nothing. Because we don't want to be here. All right? It says, and I went to the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it, eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand, and I ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. Okay? And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Okay? It says, and he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples, okay, and nations and tongues and kings. Okay? So